The American Revolution is often remembered as a fight for liberty, but what if it was also a carefully choreographed ritual? Many of the founding fathers were not just political visionaries, they were initiates in a secret brotherhood, the Freemasons, whose symbols and ideals were embedded into the very foundation of the United States, from the eye and pyramid on the dollar bill to the compass and square carved into architecture. These symbols weren't accidents, they were messages. This story begins in 1791, when Washington, D.C. was still more forest than city. One evening, beneath the glow of oil lamps, George Washington, dressed in Masonic regalia, participated in a solemn rite. He wasn't acting as president, but as a master mason. Laying more than just stone, he was anchoring a deeper mystery. The most famous of these acts came in 1793 at the cornerstone laying ceremony of the U.S. Capitol. Wearing his Masonic apron, Washington led a public event steeped in esoteric symbolism. Surrounded by Masons from multiple lodges, he used ceremonial tools, the square, level, and plumb knot, only to begin construction but to embed moral ideals into the nation's seat of power. To the public, it was a civic celebration. To the initiated, it was a ritual linking America to ancient traditions of geometry, harmony, and sacred architecture. Curiously, the original cornerstone has never been found. Some believe it was lost during renovations. Others suspect it was never meant to be recovered, its purpose symbolic rather than structural. The Capitol's placement and alignments may also reflect Masonic traditions, harmonizing with celestial movements. Freemasonry's influence wasn't limited to Washington. Many founders, Benjamin Franklin, John Hancock, William Whipple, and possibly others, were Masons. Franklin, initiated in the 1730s, became Grand Master of Pennsylvania and used the lodge as a forum for Enlightenment ideas. Hancock, known for his bold signature, was also a Mason, possibly applying the fraternity's principles of secrecy, organization, and consensus to political leadership. Paul Revere, better known for his midnight ride, was Grand Master of Massachusetts. He and other Masons reportedly held political meetings in lodges, shielded from public eyes by oaths of secrecy useful in the dangerous days before independence. Freemasonry was more than a social club. Its rituals involved symbolic journeys, from darkness to light, mirroring revolutionary rhetoric about liberty dawning. Masonic tool square, compass, plumb stood for moral and civic virtues. Lodges provided a network of trust, aiding cooperation among revolutionary leaders. Washington's own Masonic journey began in 1752 in Fredericksburg, Virginia, long before the Revolution. He remained active for over 40 years, participating in ceremonies even while leading armies. Portraits sometimes depict him in Masonic regalia, notably an apron believed to have been gifted by the Marquis de Lafayette, embroidered with all-seeing eyes, and the twin pillars of Solomon's Temple. While some historians view Washington's Masonic role as ceremonial, his sustained involvement suggests deeper significance. In a 1798 letter, he denied links to the Bavarian Illuminati, but openly confirmed his Masonic membership, describing its principles: virtue, moral discipline, universal brotherhood, as compatible with the Republic's aims. Masonic traditions emphasized architecture not just for utility but for meaning. Washington was closely involved in D.C.'s planning, and Pierre Charles L'Enfant, the city's designer, moved in Masonic circles. The city's symbolic layout, axes, triangles, and alignments, has been interpreted as a vast, ritualized map. Whether by design or coincidence, America's political heart was physically and symbolically shaped by Masonic ideals. The cornerstone ceremony of 1793 was not an isolated event. Similar rituals have been performed for major federal buildings ever since, even by presidents who were not confirmed Masons. Many government buildings contain Masonic plaques, time capsules, and architectural elements. The Pentagon itself has a Masonic cornerstone. The overlap between Masonic principles and the ideals of the new republic, liberty, equality, brotherhood, was no accident. Whether or not the founders intended to create a Masonic nation, their shared membership created a network of trust and mutual understanding that influenced political cooperation and decision-making. Critics point out that Freemasonry was fashionable among elite men of the time and argue that its influence is overstated. But the concentration of Masons among the Revolution's leaders and the ceremonial dedication of foundational structures suggests that their role was more than incidental. In public, Washington projected stoicism and restraint. In the lodge, he engaged in symbolic, mystical rites. These dual roles raise questions. Was America's founding purely political? Or was it also an initiation, a passage into a new order framed by ancient symbols? The missing Capitol cornerstone remains a fitting metaphor, a foundation laid with precision, then hidden, perhaps meant to be understood only by those who know where to look. Freemasonry's role in the Revolution may never be fully proven or disproven, but the symbols remain in architecture, currency, and ceremony, whispering of an invisible hand that guided not only the building of a nation but the shaping of its soul.